Guys, how are we doing? Welcome back to a brand new video. My name's Simon down here at JD Golf Academy and Drayton Park Golf Club. And today I'm going to do a bit of a comparison between the PXG Tour Iron and the Taylormade P790. Obviously a bit of controversy with at the start of the year between these two. Both have hollow cores, both have that polymer in between the club and the face. And just so that you know a bit more information about that, the lawsuit was PXG said they obviously copied a few of the patents of its irons, and actually Taylormade filed for a patent way before that, back to 2012, 2013, and obviously their patent from PXG was 2015. So it goes to show how long these clubs are actually in manufacturing, how long the process takes, and actually how far ahead the iron making is. We probably already have 7 to 8 years worth of irons and driver heads already in production line. Obviously we just don't know anything about them. But that's not what we're talking about today. We want to put these two to the test and obviously get some numbers on the GC quad. Firstly, PXG, 400 plus pounds per iron. P790, still not cheap, 120 to 140 pounds per iron as well. So they're definitely not the most cost effective golf clubs out there, but let's see what kind of results they can produce on the GC quad, see what distance, ball speeds, spin rates, everything else like that we can get. So let me give you a closer look into both of the irons and let's get hitting. Okay, nothing new with the P790. Obviously it's been out for quite a while, but it's been very popular with that polymer inside the face. High ball speeds, good for mid, low, high handicappers all round. I've put an NS Pro shaft in it, stiff legs. I've tried to get the shafts as close as I can between these two. Only because I want to try and give it a fair test. Obviously I can change the shafts in all the Taylormade clubs. The P790, however, only came with one stock shaft because that's all we could get. So let's have a look at that. So here it is, the PXG 0311T iron. Looks great. It looks a lot sharper. I would say it's probably more of a blade feel than the P790, but it was the P790 that got into the controversy, so that's why I wanted to test against it. Just a bit of information in terms of lofts. This is standing at 32 degrees. That is standing at 30.5. So we expect this to go further. In terms of like a fair test, so I want to put that out there. But in terms of looks and everything else, let me know, guys, what you think looks better. Forget the money. What do you think? Which iron do you think looks better in terms of the shape, color, just overall design, let's say? I think if I had to choose between the two, it'd be the PXG in terms of looks. Don't shoot me if you don't agree with that. And lastly, I've got another NS Pro stiff shaft in there. So hopefully we'll get a nice fair test between these two. Obviously same length, and yeah, I'll show you the grip. Your standard tour belt. Cool, right, let's get into it. Okay, starting off with the PXG Tour Iron. 5 consistent swings with both. I'm going to try and keep this club head speed as similar as I possibly can to get a nice true reflection of what both the irons can do. So we're going to try mid-90s, just a knock down iron shot, see what we can get. I love the feel of that one. I love the ball flight. Very penetrating, the way that came off the club face. Tiny bit left, however, and again. That's better. Much better, more sounding strike off that one. Feels very light, to be fair. Does feel quite light in terms of the overall makeup. Obviously that would change. This is a standard stock shaft that we've got in our demo bag, but it does feel quite light for me. Again, touch left for myself, but in terms of flight, I love the penetrating feel. It feels like if I was to take this into the wind, not much is actually going to touch it, to be fair. Do like the sound and feel when it comes off that club face. That's nicely struck, that is. We would not be having that one back. That's probably as well struck as I could possibly get it in terms of coming out of that club face. Nice sounding strike, ball flight again. Really nice. You know when you see a decent ball flight, you know you're going to be happy with that in all conditions. And again, nice shot. I mean, as I say, stock shaft, stock head, no tinkering, which they can do a lot with. Overall, very good club. I mean, consistent in terms of ball flight, dispersion, and everything like that. let's see if a club that's worth £230 or £50 less can produce the similar results to what we just did there. P790 iron, 200 odd pounds cheaper per club than the PXG. Now I'm expecting this to go further, obviously stronger lofted, a bit more weight behind the head, should go a tiny bit higher as well. But I'm looking for that consistency. I'm expecting bigger things, but at the same time, I'm not looking for an iron to hit off the tee. I'm looking for an iron that can get it close to a flag. So let's see what we can produce with this. This is a rocket. Absolute rocket. Goes so high, so long. Possibly too high and too long, to be honest. But, I mean, felt great as soon as it came off that club face. And again, very similar. Towering. Only way I could describe that. A towering iron. However, if it was 20 miles an hour into the wind on the coast, would I want to be playing this into a par 3? Questionable. And again, I don't think I caught that, but again, you can see how forgiving this club is. It's got a lot of weight behind it. It's got the speed foam. It's got the tungsten. Very, very strong, powerful club. And if you can control that height, or you haven't necessarily got a fast club head speed, great iron. Now that is awful. It's ruined the map that I've just put down there. Everything else was looking so nice, and I've just absolutely hooked it. Don't know quite what I was thinking over that. Let's see if I can put some justice. Last one. See if I can put another one into the pack. And again, so high in terms of height, trajectory. It's definitely going to stop. However, I feel like if it was going massively downwind, it's going to be very difficult to judge how or what club you should be using. Anyway, let's have a quick look at the numbers. So here it is. Apart from that snap hook left, the majority of them were on the green, so that's not bad, I guess, for my erratic swinging. So first thing to know, obviously the P790, a lot further, but we understood that. Obviously loft is stronger, and it's slightly more of a forgiving launching club. The interesting thing, if you look into the data, so obviously club data, swing speed average 100 miles an hour with both of them, so that's quite consistent for me. But you look at the ball data, there's not actually, I was expecting the ball data, especially the P790, I was expecting it to be a lot higher in terms of ball speed, but it wasn't. But the spin rate was a lot lower, which basically means that you're getting a lot more control and spin with the PXG iron. Now that could be obviously because it's got slightly more loft, which is understandable, but for a 7 iron that you're not looking to launch out there, I think all I'm trying to say is that these are two completely different irons. Even though these are the ones that got into a lawsuit together, they're not necessarily going to be good for a particular type of player. I think a slower swing speed is great for the P790. I think a higher swing speed is going to be better for that PXG. So it might be worth putting the PXG up against another more blade type, maybe the 730 or the 750 on the Taylormade side, and then get a bit more of a comparison. Both great clubs, let's be honest. Both hit the ball, strike the ball, sound great. It's down to you, and also, I mean, it is a big price tag, however, for the PXG, but it did feel good. I think it's more of the fitting side that comes into it. So guys, there you have it. PXG review comparison done. Let me know what you might want to see in the future. I don't necessarily always have to do a PXG. I could do anything in the shop here. Obviously, coming forward, hopefully there'll be some new releases, some new stuff that we can trial, test, and obviously compare going forward. And yeah, if you don't mind, leave me a like. As always, please subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.